Hello, and welcome to the fifth video in the 7 Bridges onboarding lesson video series for CAVATICA. This video is about adding data to a project. The learning objective for this video is to understand that there are several flexible approaches to uploading your data. At the end of this video, you'll be able to add hosted public data files, you'll be able to add file via your computer, FTP, HTTPS service, or a DRS manifest, and then we will show you how to create a manifest file if you would like to move data from this project. As a reminder, the CAVATICA Knowledge Center, available at docs.cavatica.org, has a whole section about bringing your data to CAVATICA, including some other methods not mentioned in this video. For instance, uploading via command line or through an API. We will now begin the demonstration where I'll show you how to add files from public reference, your computer, FTP, HTTPS, and a DRS manifest file. We'll then go into how to create a manifest file. As a reminder, you should log into CAVATICA using your ERA Commons license. This automatically handles authorization for any controlled data sets you might be trying to access or move or link. Once you have logged in using your ERA Commons license and you have created the project to which you would like to add data, for this one I'm using an example empty project, you can go to the Files tab and click Add Files. This will give you a list of all the different options of how to import data into your project. To begin, we'll search Public Files. We can use this search field to find studies of interest. For instance, we're looking for some GRCH files, and this will filter by the different titles or any study that is matching our search criteria. We can also search by different tags if we want things associated in the same study here. This generates a new category up here that you can sort by. You can see there's category, type, this is type of file. This one has been added. We can clear it by hitting X. If we clear our search terms, we can also sort by file category with these tags, either reference, legacy, or test. We can sort by type or file type. We can look for, let's say, FASTQ files only. We can also search using these different other metadata fields. Not all studies would have these. In fact, this one has none. To clear a field, you can press the X next to it. You can subset with the different options automatically read from the data here and clear it there. When you've selected your files of interest, let's just grab some of these. You can copy to project. Now what this does is this symbolically links this data to your project. When you are adding this data to the project, you can add further tags to sort them, let's say via subtask. You hit copy, you'll see a status up here, and then you can see them appear in your overall file folder. Because these are public files that are hosted by the 7 Bridges CAVATICA platform, it does not cost you anything to have them in your project. They are symbolically linked to the data's original location. You do not actually edit the original data. Remember, this platform brings the analysis to the data. What you will have are then the generated or intermediate files out of using this data. If you would like to further organize, you can create subfolders. For this one, we'll put in the names of the files we can find in there, or the name of the study of interest, and then select the files we want to move and move them into this subfolder. The next method we'll cover for adding files to your project will be through the Your Computer option. There are two ways. You can either drag and drop your data, hit Start Upload, set naming conflict resolution rules, you can add more or clear, then hit Start Upload. You'll see a progress bar here. When you're done or want to add more files, choose your option. You'll be taken back to the Files tab. If you refresh, you can see that the data has been added. The other method for adding files via your computer is through browsing files, and you can choose to upload files that way. You'll notice here that I'm uploading the same file twice. So let's tell it to auto rename those naming conflicts and start upload. That was successful. We'll take a look here. And we can see that it added an _1 for this copy of the same exactly named file. The content may be different, but because the name is the same, it was renamed, set to our criteria. The next method we'll cover is uploading via the FTP or HTTP server. This is where it starts to become sort of imperative that you have an account linked with ERA login. This behind-the-scenes authentication allows these data to be transferred via these methods without you having to go in and doing anything or any sort of coding or any of that. Today we're going to be accessing a public file from the Geobiodiversity database, so we're not going to need this ERA commons, but we will for other files that might be access controlled. So it's simple as clicking on this service. You'll need your link to your server. You might use something like FileZilla. You can get links this way, private or public servers. In this case, we're going to be using that public link. We're going to be using this HTTPS link. You can add tags here. So we're going to say it's the GBDB, Global Biodiversity Databank. And then we'll say it's also, these are also our demo files. So we'll add that tag that's been saved. There's going to be no naming conflicts. Click import. It'll begin. You can close out here. It'll show the progress up here in your notifications bar, and it'll alert you when it's done. You can track the progress as it goes. This shouldn't take but a moment. And there we are. 100%. Check mark, and it shows up here. The last data upload method we're going to cover today is uploading via the DRS Manifest File. We won't be using the import from manifest file option because this is controlled data. I'm actually importing it from another project on a sister platform, the Cancer Genomics Cloud, or CGC. I'm going to need this behind the scenes DRS authentication to get access to those data. So we can paste the DRS URIs directly, much like the FTP HTTP method, or we can import from a manifest file. We drag and drop from our computer. I already had one uploaded to the project, so you see it auto renames. These will be our demo files. We'll label that they came over from the CGC. Acknowledge and consent to these terms. Hit submit, and it will begin the import. You can track it up here. In just a moment, they should appear in your project. And there we are. Now, this shows you, this is a very clear reminder that we don't like to duplicate files on the platform. It takes up space and costs you money. This is hosted elsewhere in that project on the CGC. So this little link here, this says this is in a different link source. This reminds you this is a symbolic link to this other data location. This is just a path to that file. We will bring the analysis to that data, and then it will bring you back the intermediate or results files. Finally, we'll show you how to create one of those manifest files. Select your file of interest, files of interest, go over to this meatball menu, and click Generate Metadata Manifest. This will create your manifest, and it will appear at the top of your file folders. The key takeaways for this video are that there are numerous methods for adding data to the platform and your different specific projects. CAVATICA hosts a number of public datasets. Manifest files can be made quickly and are a good way to move data around. And you can also log in with your ERA Commons to make all of this data transfer seamless. You can link accounts across different platforms. The next video in our series is file management with folders and metadata. We'll see you there.